We are here with Richard Liao, CEO of HwaHsiaGlass Group in Taiwan. I hope I pronounced it well. Thank you, Mr. Liao, for this opportunity to get to know you and your company a little bit better. Before you give us an overview about your company and some insight into it, would you like to briefly tell us more about yourself and your current activities?
Sure. I want to thank you, Mario, for interviewing me and also Glass Online. And for myself, hi everyone, my name is Richard Liao and I'm the CEO of HwaHsiaGlass Group headquarters in Taiwan. And I was born in States and raised in Taiwan, but I did my high school and middle school, as well as my college, my master, as well as my MBA, and all in the United States of America. So I did about 15 years of my sort of like a study abroad and also, university education, and also working in Wall Street for 3 years before I returned to almost 100-year-old HwaHsiaGlass Group. And now I have been working in HwaHsiaGlass for almost 10 years. And the group is going to pass the 100-year mark in 2 years.
Wow.
So I'm pretty excited about the 100-year mark, and I think that's a marvelous achievement for the group, and it will be an exciting, shining new star in Asia.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, your group seems to have, as you were saying, a very long history in the glassmaking sector. In addition to your well-established presence in the market, your diversified approach and range of glass products sets you apart in the glass industry in your area, and it really testifies your mission to grow and further develop in this area. Can you tell us more about the history and challenges you have successfully overcome and the growth you experienced over the years?
Sure. So the history of the HwaHsiaGlass, it goes all the way back to 1925. And that was when the first generation of the group chairman, Liao Qiming, Mr. Liao, he actually oversees furnace operation, but it's mostly for the oil lamp. And the oil lamp is actually directed by the Japanese armies during the time, because during the time there was actually the Second World War in which the Japanese army occupied Taiwan. So under the influence of Japanese government, he was able to get a lot of resources and technical know-how from the Japanese glass manufacturers. So that's when he started the first ever glass manufacturing plant in Hsinchu, Taiwan, back in 1925. And over all this course of years, from 1925 until 2021, HwaHsiaGlass Group has overcome numerous challenges, during the time when we have, for example, the oil crisis and also the Asia financial crisis, all the way up to 2008, where we have the financial crisis in Wall Street, right? HwaHsiaGlass has overcome all these different challenges and obstacles. And I would say that what's the DNA that makes the company be able to last all these different kind of crises and be able to keep growing and keep producing good quality products and services for our clients? I think in the DNA is called we are able to be result oriented and also be able to be resilient during different kind of difficult times.
Thank you. Now, you currently produce container glassware, electronic components, and chemical compounds. In which geographical markets do you normally operate? And are there any plans to expand the current markets or perhaps scale up and explore new markets in terms of geographical locations and new products?
Sure. So in our current business model, we produce glass containers and also some part of the glass electronic components and chemical compounds. We currently operate in Taiwan. That's only for the manufacturing side, but we do have manufacturing plants in China as well, in our Fengyang, Anhui province. And we have subsidiary groups in Taiwan as well as in China, for example, for the molding shop, for the equipment shops, and also as well for the raw material for silica sand limestone shop. So it's like subsidiary factories come with major glass factories together, so become like a group setting. And right now we have manufacturing plants in Taiwan and China, but our customer base are all over the world, mostly in North America America will be one of the largest markets we serve. And now in group's vision of going to 100 years, we are thinking about expanding into more diverse product set. For example, we are going to invest in a new electronic furnace in the next 1 or 2 years, and we'll be able to tie that product set into high-end cosmetics, high-end medical bottles, and also as well trying to produce less emission, like carbon emission, for the current ESG trend that has been going on in the industry for a while.
Thank you. So earlier you mentioned that you have invested in extending your footprint and that you now operate as a group in multiple locations. And you also told me earlier that you are also planning to consolidate also in Taiwan and enlarge the group a little bit further. Can you just give us some more details about that?
Sure. So in terms of our consolidation integration plan, we have overseen a lot of different kind of niche players in Taiwan. We are inviting them to join us. We'll be able to become a stronger group together in order to become like a more, I would say like a stronger international players in the glass manufacturing industry. Because Taiwan is actually a really small place, right? So it's good to have everybody's force together. We'll be able to fight for international cup when we're trying to face the competition, for example, from China, right?
Thank you very much for that. And we know that a crucial issue for expansion is products and service innovation, and above all, technological innovation and advancement. What is your vision as the group CEO in connection with this? And are you exploring new plans and ideas that will open up new investments in the short to long term? If so, can you give us an idea of that?
Sure. As a CEO, right, you always have a vision, like, how this group will look like in the next 5 years to 10 years, or even 20 years, right? So we know that glass has been existing for almost 4,000 years. So we think glass will always be there, even though we have facing a lot of different kind of packaging challenges so far from, for example, PET bottles, plastic, papers, but the glass has always been in existence, up to today in 2021. So I think in future, it's about how can we make glass packaging a more global, a stronger, and also more unique way of doing packaging business. We know that a lot of current trend right now is trying to go back to some material for packaging that can be recyclable. Right? So glass can typically play an important role in this. In the past 10 years, people are more towards the plastic packaging because they think it's lightweight, it's cheap, and is easy to carry. But now, as we know, we want to become more sustainable. We want to reduce more carbon emission. Glass becomes an alternative way of packaging with good quality food and beverage, but also provide a nicer environment for our next generations or generations to come to live.
Thank you. So in the long term, your investments are directed towards this special sector of packaging and making it more compatible with the ecosystem.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Okay. All right. Well, in the last 2 years, the pandemic has affected many sectors in various ways. I understand that you have approached this unique and historical period with a positive and dynamic approach, so much so that you feel we should all look at the opportunities that are open to us and be ready to react. Would you like to expand that point a bit further? The more input we get from successful CEOs, the better prepared we will all be, I guess.
Okay. The last 2 years has been hectic for all of the global citizens around the world. Right? First of all, we have cities locked down. People are not able to travel. The logistics are out of place, right? It's really hard for a company to get cargoes or shipments or everything, right? And as a CEO, I think as a global citizen, you need to look at what assets and capabilities you have in your company or you have with yourself, and looking for opportunities that fit into this kind of assets and capabilities. I would say, like, for example, in our company, we are able to provide a total packaging solution strategy for our customers. We know our customers during the pandemics are really hard to get, not just glass. We open up, right? We try to partner with local suppliers, for example, for the plastic SKU on the bottles, also for the, the wrapping and the paper boxes, the tray of paper manufacturers. So we present this kind of solution to our customer. Hey, you can just come to us. We will be able to provide the whole packaging solution for you. Make sure they understand what you can do and what you can help. And in that way, I think your business will last a long run. Even the pandemic has created this kind of unpredictable situation.
Yeah, well, certainly that's a challenge, but it's the way to go, that's for sure. Thank you, Mr. Liao, for sharing with us your vision and for giving the Glass Online audience the opportunity to get to know you and your company. And we are really looking forward to talking to you again in the future.
Thank you, Mario, and thank you for all the audience at Glass Online. And we are HwaHsiaGlass Group in Taiwan, and I'm really happy to share my little thoughts and with all the audience online.
Thank you once again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.